Welcome back to the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Caden Aguiar, bringing you episodes weekly, and I'm here, and I want to give a warm welcome for a very important person, not just in my life, but a lot of people's lives around Bunnell, Coach Johnny Hampton. Say what's up to the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Coach Johnny is the current assistant coach for FPC basketball. He is the head coach of the JV team, also was a big part in Carver League, and also is a big factor in the AAU teams for Flagler United. So, first question I want to ask you is, what got you first into coaching? Tell the story. Tell the story.
Oh, wow. So I never really wanted to be a coach, to be honest with you. I had brought my son, Anthony, when he was 8 years old to Flagler Hurricanes, a local rec league, right? And I was going to be a dad in the stands. And what happened is my dad had a mini stroke, and he had to miss a game. And I had to be on the sideline for one game. We lost the game 5-4, by the way.
5-4.
I always tell it was 10 and under, man. I always tell people, they're like, "Oh, you win so much." I said, "I wish you would have saw the 5-4 game, right? 5-4, we lost the game, and then that season he asked me to be his assistant.
And you just kind of got dragged into it, didn't you?
Yeah, yes. And then he had a middle school team. He was like me, or I'm like him. When I was in the league, I coached, all three divisions. He did the same. He had a middle school team that was struggling offensively, and he asked me to help him with that. And then next thing I know, I was helping him with all three teams.
Offensively.
Yeah, I was the assistant.
Yeah.
And then the next thing he was like, "Well, why don't you take over the little guys?" Which I did for a long time. And then he was the head coach of middle school and high school. And it was like that until he passed away in 2020.
I remember that.
And then I took over all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was by happenstance. He always said I would be good at it.
So he kind of eased you into it, and after that he just gave you, hey, step by step, he gave you a team, and after that he said he got all three, and then
yeah. The funny part about it is the man who runs the rec league, he actually had reached out to me like a year or two before that because my dad had told him about me on Facebook. He requested me as a friend, and I denied the Facebook request. We're like best friends now. I was in his wedding recently, but I denied the Facebook request. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
So what was when you had that mini stroke, what was that game like? Like, break it down to me. You said 5-4, correct?
Oh, I was nervous.
Were
right?
you?
Yeah, I had never coached before, right?
Yeah.
And so I was nervous that day. But after the game, I realized it was something that I could do. Right? So, but yeah, I was nervous first time.
Did you have any? I mean,
No
I know
plan.
there were little guys, no
I had
plays, no nothing, no plan.
No plan at all.
You're just like, go run around. We might score a basket.
No, we had a defense that we ran. We had an offense that we ran. So we, it was simple though.
And that's a game you'll always remember for the rest of your life.
5-4.
Yeah, that's insane.
5-4.
That's insane. 5-4 final score. You guys won that?
We lost.
Y'all lost that
by a point.
and to look at you now, you're coaching FPC basketball and all that stuff. So how has your coaching developed over the years from your start to where you're at now currently? How do you think maybe that your philosophy has changed? How do you think that your coaching style towards these players has changed? Just in general, like, how do you think you approach the game to these players every single day?
I think, I think I was a lot more strict when I first started out. I think as time goes on and kids change, their emotions change, mentally they all change. You can't really coach the same way 10 years ago that I can't coach the same way today I did 10 years ago. Kids are different. The game isn't different.
Yeah.
But how you approach kids has to be a little different.
Let me ask you a side question here. Do you think it's, and be honest with me, do you think it's more softer now than it was 10 years ago?
No, I wouldn't say softer. I would say different. I would say today kids express their emotions better than in yesteryears, even when I was a kid, right? Like, they can tell you when, they feel like they can tell you when they're sad, angry, when they don't have confidence.
When they have a problem on the team.
Yeah, stuff like that. They couldn't do that 10 years ago. So I wouldn't say softer. Basketball itself is softer to me.
Yeah.
But in terms of kids, I don't think expressing your emotions is soft. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I learned that from my dad too. So
Did you play basketball when you were younger? I mean,
so here's the thing. People always ask me that. My dad did not let me play basketball.
Really?
And
Why?
my mom did not find that out until he died. So I would bring him stuff to sign. Like, you got to get physicals and stuff.
Right.
He never would sign it because he was a basketball star. He was on the Wall of Fame at his school, St. John's Prep. He was like the only freshman to start a playoff game.
Okay.
And he felt like basketball derailed him.
Wow.
And so, like, they had me when they were 18, and he wanted me to be all about academics. But I watched almost every basketball game that was on TV.
So you're always the basketball head. You just never played the sport itself.
I have a cousin that played in the NBA.
Who was that?
I don't know. I don't want to mention his name, but Kenny the Jet Smith.
That was your guy.
That's my second cousin. Yeah, that's why I'm a Tar Heel fan. It's my mom's first cousin.
Wow.
Yeah, like.
So have you met him before?
Met him, yeah.
Met him.
Oh yeah.
And that's how you talked to him, like
recently.
Maybe not recently, but have you had a conversation, maybe like a one-on-one, like, hey, like just shooting the stuff?
No, not with him in a while. His sister had invited me to coach at his basketball camp last year, but I'm busy.
Right.
No,
you don't got time for that.
Yeah, like we used to be close before my grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
My grandmother and his father were sister and brother. So my mom's mom and his dad's dad is sister and brother.
Wow.
So, I mean, I went to a lot of North Carolina games when I was a kid.
To watch him play.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Tar Heel fan now.
I never knew this.
No,
in my years of knowing you, I never knew that.
I don't tell a lot of people that.
Now it's going to be.
Yeah. I hear you. It's out there now. But no, I don't. There's not a lot of people who know. It was a fun time. But when he got into the NBA, he even my dad went to the finals. He played for the Rockets. They played the Knicks. He went to the finals.
Was he? So how many finals did he go to? I think he went to two, right? Mm-hmm. And he played the one against the Magic.
Yes, the Magic.
Where Hakeem Olajuwon, and after that, everybody was just it was him and Hakeem and everybody else.
Threes in the first game. Yeah. They went back to back. So yeah. So basketball has always been around me, and I've always been pretty knowledgeable. And my dad used to always say, you could coach. And like, how can you coach and
not play?
You never played a game.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Like when I play, even when I play against people, or I used to, there would be kids like, "Did you ever play?" I'm like,
nah. And that's back in the day when you were a bucket getter. Yeah. Not saying you're not a bucket getter now.
No, I can't.
The Achilles set you back, man. The Achilles set you back. Yeah. So, next question: what do you think your biggest coaching accomplishment is up to this point in your career?
Ooh, wow, that's a good question. My biggest coaching. Oh man.
Maybe just a general, maybe like 2 or 3. You don't have to pick the biggest one, just a couple.
The one that pops off to my mind is a rec league game where we beat an AAU team. We beat North Point Youth.
North Point. I remember playing North Point. When they came into town, I was like, man.
We beat them, right? And we beat them. I mean, now looking back on it.
Who was on that school? Who
Who
was on there? Was Anthony there?
Anthony was on that team. Nate Sean.
Okay.
Dylan, who you know.
Dylan, yeah.
Carolyn. She played varsity basketball. Haley played varsity basketball. Looking back now, it was like, oh, well.
That was a solid roster.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But at the time,
right,
they only lost one game.
Right. And that was to you guys.
And I remember right before the game, and we beat them in overtime. I remember saying, because everybody, like, I think even Coach Mandy was saying, you guys got a chance to beat them. And I said to them before the game, hey, man, everybody's been waiting for us to beat them, so let's give them what they want.
They had a guard on that team. I don't know what his name was,
Tommy?
But he was nice.
He signed for football, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He played all 4 years varsity basketball too.
Yeah, I remember. So we met them in the playoffs that season when they came in, and I mean, we stuck by until probably about 6 minutes left in the game. Mm-hmm. We fell apart.
Yeah, we played them in the final that year, and he came with like 5 different new players.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, "We're not."
How did Fitz just let him in right like that?
I mean, it's an AAU team, so yeah.
He wanted to introduce that. He wanted to say, "Hey,
why not? Why not?" And the guy who ran it at the time, Dr. Finlater, was a good friend of Fitz and my dad, so I remember when we beat them, he called me. He was like, "I don't know if I'm your friend this week." So that's the first.
Did they ever try to recruit Nashawn or Anthony to
Anthony
North
played
yeah.
North Point Youth.
Did he?
Yeah,
okay.
He played because Nate Perry played. He went over there and played.
Because I remember they gave me a card, me and Devin a card, and they were like, "Oh,
he went over there.
Yeah,
he went and played. North Point Youth is a good organization. Still exists.
Where is it at?
Palaka.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was one.
That's
that
one
was
of them.
that was your like top off the head. Just
yes. That comes to mind. In terms of wins, I would say there was one. I don't know if you might have played in this one. We were at the Super 6
tournament. Yeah.
And we were in, I want to say maybe 7th grade, and we beat a team. They were like 6'3" across the board.
Do you remember the team name? Do you remember?
Nah, I remember we weren't playing the zone correctly.
Super 6.
And I taught them how to play the zone, and we ended up coming back and winning. And we ended up beating.
You said Anthony was in 7th grade when you
I
played?
think it might have been 7th grade.
See, I didn't play with you guys. Actually, no. Actually, I played with you guys from 8th grade till
maybe it was
sophomore.
8th grade. I'd have to ask Anthony, but that I remember that because
I remember playing a team. They were from way far. Like they were far, right? They flew there. Did they fly to?
That was an
Super
Indianapolis
6?
team. We beat an Indianapolis.
I remember that team.
team.
I was there for that team.
So but as far as like overall coaching, like that win, the North Point Youth win is special.
You felt like you like everybody from you just saying what the game plan is and them just executing that game plan like they did very well in doing so, and that's why they got the win.
And I just felt like it represented the rec league, right? Like they weren't just going to come in and beat everybody,
right?
And that we had talent.
You wanted to stand them up, stand your ground.
Yeah, you
right?
know how I am about Flagler County. I feel like we have talented kids, even though other people may not all the time.
Yeah.
So, but as far as things that I've done as a coach. The thing that stands out to me is having Kimarion's mom walk out senior night. That is, and delivering her the trophy like weeks after he died. We won a rec league championship and we walked it over to her house and handed it to her.
I believe the one story I have about Key is me and Devin played against him in his last Carver game, I believe. Before he passed away, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember they were playing the games at Matanzas Gym.
Yeah, we were playing at Matanzas,
and I remember we played that game, and after that, I think it was like a week later he died, and after that we were all in Matanzas Gym, and you had the jersey over the bench. So, do you still do that for the for the rec league games?
I don't coach the rec league.
You don't coach,
but Flagler United, I always wear I wear the socks.
Oh, okay.
I have socks that I wear the first day of every tournament.
Yeah.
So Kimarion Hall, for people who may not know, is a young man who was a victim of gun violence, who I coached from when he was about 9 or 10 years old.
He was a great ball player.
And he died in 2021. 2021, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after it was.
It was right when maybe
a little bit over a year after my dad died. He died 20 minutes after we had a practice. I had just seen him, so
that was
So being here at the school, having his mom being able to be recognized for his senior night was something I won't forget.
Right. Yeah. So this season for FPC basketball,
good season.
What did this season of FPC basketball mean to you? Knowing that you guys saw a lot of success this season, despite the end of the season. I was at one of the games. I wasn't at the second one, but I was at the first one. I looked at that. I looked at that team. That team does not have talent.
They played they're talented. They are very well coached.
That coach, she is really good.
They're very well coached and they defend well.
Right.
And the one weakness I feel like we might have had this season was we didn't screen well. And against a good defensive team, you have to do that.
Right. Because you guys had the bucket getters. I mean, Nashawn was starting to shoot threes, and I was like, wow,
he had a good season. Like so personally, and I got to break it down personally and professionally, right? Because personally, my son's on the team, and the majority of the team is young men I've been around almost their whole lives, right? Personally, I gained so much joy from it because I was telling people at the beginning of the year we were going to go to regionals. And people looked at me like, yeah, okay.
Right. There was a lot of doubt and
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there was doubt or it's just apathy.
Well, this Flagler County, you said that Flagler County doesn't. You say that Flagler County does, and after that,
and
everybody
so,
around.
like, I would tell people about Coach Shirley and how good he is. And,
right.
Nate Perry came back to the school, and I thought, I personally was gratified, and I feel vindicated in how they performed. Because I've always believed in that particular group of kids. And you're in that group too. You didn't finish, but Devin. I've always had a belief in that group of kids, and to see that come to fruition on big stages, it was personally gratifying. As a coach, you always feel like you could have gotten more out of them.
Yeah, and even I can speak from my personal experience. Playing FPC basketball wasn't just, hey, it's all ball. Off the court, you guys taught me routine. You guys taught me some things that you could take, especially off the court, that could make you just a better person in general going forward into life. So not everything is all basketball related. No. A lot of things is personality related. It's a lot of traits that you can take just in your lifetime, from you to when Coach Williams was here, when Coach Charlie was here, and now Coach Shirley. Coach Shirley looks like he has a lot of impact on everybody that was in the senior class and a lot of people that are going to be playing next year. So
he's great.
Yeah.
I wish that there's not enough adjectives to describe him. He's a good coach, but he's even a better man. You've taken the most.
Have you taken the most out of him?
Yes, I've learned the most from him.
Right.
As far as demeanor, as far as offensive freedom, he's taught me just a lot of different things. Yeah, I've learned a lot from him.
A lot of things that I took from last season when he first got here and this season was, I feel like, especially when you have a guy like Nate Perry, like sometimes he just says, hey, go get a bucket, right? There's not really a set play in place.
We have set plays, but he would, like most coaches would prefer you not run. Like we would,
right.
Because you want to run before the defense sets up.
You try to run sets. You don't try to run plays.
Right. But you want to get in transition and get buckets before the defense sets up.
Right.
But he has a lot of plays, and he has a lot of knowledge. He's been coaching 40 years. He's coached NBA players, NFL players.
Really? Yeah. Any names for NBA players?
You know what? He talks about them all the time.
NFL? He coached NFL players? Yeah. Oh, like from basketball?
They play basketball. So, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of names, and if you walk around that guy, the first time I met him was at a UCF team camp, and it was in Orlando. Wow. I was coaching the team.
When was this?
This was when he got the job. So
this is 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago now. Yes, and I was coaching the team at a UCF camp, and he had just gotten the job, and I knew he got the job, and he was like in the background trying to hide because he's not supposed to have contact with the team, but I introduced myself to him and talked to him for a while, and we couldn't go 2 steps without somebody saying hi to him.
Yeah.
Because he's like in the Orange County Coaching Hall of Fame or something like that.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is that guy.
Yeah. So, overall, like I just saw this season from the games that I watched personally, and just keeping track of it, just you guys had a lot of success this season. Yeah. It was the most freeing season that you guys have had, and I was, cheering on from the stands for sure.
Best season in 7 years.
Yeah. You guys made a point for sure.
Yeah, and I think we can build on it, and so that's our job now.
Right. So I had this question a little bit deeper down, but what does next year look like for FPC?
I mean, we don't know yet.
Right.
Right. So
as far as maybe now the juniors have to step up.
Yeah.
Right?
The expectations will be the same.
Right.
Right. Like I've learned things from multiple coaches over multiple years. And the one thing I learned from Coach Williams, who was here, is the standard is the standard. He used to always say that. That was his saying.
Yeah.
The standard is the standard. So now we've established a standard.
Right.
We compete against major teams. We made the regionals. That has to be the standard now.
Right.
Right. And
yeah. From freshman year all the way to senior year, with especially our class was amazing. I mean, 4 of the 5 starters got college offers right now.
Yeah.
And I'll get into that a little bit later, but right now, like we have, they're going to leave off a legacy, and after that, now these players have to step up,
right,
and really prove that, hey, we can do the same thing.
And by the way, they can do it.
Right.
They can do it, right? Like I've been telling them for years, and they used to get mad at me because I coached them in AAU a lot, and they'd get upset because I'd say, "Hey, man, you could be just like Nate Sean, Tony Coates.
Yeah.
Why can't you be?" Well, there's certain, obviously, they're not the same, right? Like Nate Sean has athletic ability that's insane,
Right.
but you can't.
Tony.
You can't hit a pull-up jump shot. You can't get to the lane.
Tony started playing well.
Right? Like, there's things that he can do. Like, hey, man, Anthony hits deep shots from the volleyball line. You can't do that, Dominic Smith.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so there are going to be things that we can do. You know, Coach Shirley's we're in the plan. We actually talked this morning about some things, you know. So we got to see what works for them because that's what he does. He doesn't try to fit you into his system per se. He creates a system for you to be successful.
Right. That's a recipe for a good coach right there.
Yeah.
A good team for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So getting into as far as, hey, Dominic, you can hit shots from the volleyball line, right? You can be like Nashawn Tony, right?
Right.
So
not exactly like them.
But
before they listen, you can be like, oh, no.
You can fit into that kind of like
that
role,
role,
right? So, you're the best player developer that I know of, right?
Oh, man,
that I know of. You helped me improve drastically from the 3 years playing under you.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that you taught me how to do, I specifically remember this, and I always take it, and I still do that routine every time I go out, play Holland, you taught me how to shoot the basketball with textbook form. And I've taken that from the day you taught me that on, and sometimes, you know, and this is hard to believe because I only played JV. I didn't even play varsity, but now there's a couple of my friends that are telling me, how do you, like, you have textbook form, how do you shoot that? And I always just say, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you what Coach Johnny taught me. I literally tell him that right before I said, and after I tell him, you have to do this, blah, 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 and that's how you do it. So have you always just had a knack for that sort of thing, or like was that just something else that you developed over time?
I've always had a knack for it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why in the rec league, my 10 and under teams were so successful, because I could take a person who might not be able to shoot the ball and when they stepped on the court and then, you know, shoot it with form.
Yeah.
Right. Like I always tell everybody, says, "Oh, your son shoots the ball so well. Where did he get it from?"
Who taught him?
I'm like, well, my wife's a chef, so.
You were like, Anthony, like, you gotta learn how to shoot basketball, and then
you know what's crazy. I always recommend to people not to let their kids shoot 3-pointers until they get to middle school. Anthony was not a 3-point shooter until he got to the 7th grade.
Yeah,
he was always drive.
Yeah, I remember playing Carver,
which is now drives me crazy because he hardly drives now. But
that's something in the car after a game. You're like, why don't you drive the basketball?
Yes, and he just he just ignores me.
Yeah, after that, it's like he just sits there with a straight
he does drive it, but not as much as old dad would like, right?
Right.
But yeah, you know, because before middle school, you do everything you have to do to get the ball to the basket, and it breaks your form. So you end up shooting it from your hip.
Right.
You end up doing whatever it is you have to do to get it to the rim.
I remember the biggest thing you told me was I had an elongated jump shot, which means I would catch the ball up here to my chest, and after that go down and then go back up again. That's how it, you know, that's not good.
No,
not good at all.
But a lot of people do it.
Right.
So you got to catch it in your shooting pocket and go up. You don't have to reload it. So no, I've always had a knack for that. And you know what's interesting? Not to air grievances, but I recently heard from a parent that a coach told their player who doesn't play here at this school that I don't do player development. So it's interesting.
That's interesting because they know nothing what they're talking about. Honestly, I mean, that's just a crazy. Whoever that parent is, if you're watching this,
no, they know it was crazy. They know it was crazy.
It's crazy. That's crazy. So, back to what I was saying about, as we all know, 4 of the 5 FPC starters got college offers. What does that mean to you, not only to the coaching staff, but the players that are going to lead the way for next season? You know, like you said, you want to set that standard. So that means that next year when the juniors step up to be seniors, they want to get that college offer as well.
Yeah, you know, every year is different, right? And so You don't know if that's going to happen, but you know there's a possibility. We have a coach in place who has connections, who can, reach out to people. We're going to play games against a good schedule, which your film will look good against good teams. That's always important, right? So, like you can score 30 points, but if it's against a team that's 3-14,
Right, it doesn't look good.
right? Because
Shout
a
out.
college coach might first see your.
I was about to say, shout out Bam Adebayo.
Hey, man,
83 against a
83
14 win team.
83 is 83, man, in the NBA. But what I'm saying is like a college coach will see your film, and then he might go check max preps.
Right.
He might do his research. And so, we're setting a standard here.
You guys, so you obviously, I mean, everybody does, but you like playing the good teams and seeing your players shine against the best of the best teams in Florida.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we, like this year we played a really good schedule. I mean, which got us an at-large bid in the regionals. That means we were top 8 in our region.
Right.
And I don't know if a lot of people would have thought that coming in. I don't know if a lot of people thought that even around the area, but and I think we can do it again. It'll take a lot. It'll be different. It'll be hard work, right? Because we'll have we had such a senior-laden team.
Right.
Right.
What was that? 8 seniors?
8 seniors.
8 seniors.
8 seniors. So a lot of the people who will play next year will be their first experiences playing varsity basketball. But we do have 3 people coming back that were on varsity last year.
And that
more than 3. We have.
And that would be.
We have 5.
That would be who?
We got Desmond.
Okay.
This is assuming everyone comes back.
Right.
We got, off the top of my head, Desmond, Brian, Dominic, the other Dominic,
right,
Tony Coates.
And that's 4 seniors next year.
That's 5 seniors.
5 seniors.
But that's 5 people who were already on varsity, practicing with varsity every day.
And now they're going to get their shot. Now they're going to get their turn.
And some of them already had time.
Right.
Right? Like, spot time here and there. But they've seen it up close and know what it is.
Yeah. So
it's not like we're starting from zero.
Right. You're starting off with something that has already been in the process of being made, and now you guys are just plugging it in.
It's an important spring and summer for our basketball teams.
Yeah, especially for player development, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
What does the player development look like this summer as far as you guys are getting in the gym, often?
Yeah, I mean, ball handling is going to be important. Getting stronger is going to be important. Agility is going to be important.
What about the defensive side of the ball? I know, like, I think from what I see, how is some of the, especially the guard play is very important for you guys as far as defense comes, as far as when you guys play. So
yeah, I think we're going to be all right defensively.
Right. Do you think that's one of the stronger points of this?
I think in some ways we might be. It's so hard to say right now.
Right. Right,
like not
I'm giving you a predetermined.
Yeah. Having not played a game is very hard to tell, but I think we're going to be okay defensively. Partly because I know Coach Shirley will find a defense that suits our talents.
All of them, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yes,
just like you were saying before, just seeing what personnel he has on the court and then fitting a mold around them.
Right. Like I've watched film of his teams in different states that. They ran a little bit of 5 out. I've seen all kinds of different things. So I know he'll take whatever we do this summer. He'll look at whatever they do in AAU. He'll get reports.
Was he active in Flagler United last year? No. So he's not active in that at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. He'll come to games.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't touch it. He just watches.
No. He'll ask me questions from time to time. But yeah, he came and watched the practice last night. Didn't even talk to the team. I thought he was, but he didn't even talk to the team.
Yeah,
just wanted to see what we were doing, and showed him all my stolen plays.
So this leads me into my next question, which is, what gave you the idea and motivation to start Flagler United? Because I know that is something that is a very big accomplishment in Flagler County, and that's you.
Well, it's me. And several others, 3 others specifically, Dave, Fred, and Fitz. David Brown, Fitzgerald Belgrade, Fred Atwood. We were on the board. So Flagler United, say way back in the day when the rec league seasons would end, me and my dad would take a lot of the kids from Bunnell and go travel and play basketball. Sometimes my dad would pay for them. Other times you get like such huge discounts, and we wouldn't even buy uniforms. We would go to Michael's and get T-shirts.
You would just get the little pennies.
No, not even pennies.
Oh.
We would get T-shirts and iron on numbers in the back.
Okay.
That's what we would do. And we would go beat all these teams. But we would get to these tournaments or these leagues, and we would get to the championship game, and we'd be missing maybe shooting or missing something. At the same time we were doing that, Fred and Fitz were taking kids that they knew, some from Bunnell, but we had most of the kids from Bunnell. And they were going to tournaments. And the same thing was happening to them. Because they were missing Kimarion, or they were missing, Rock. They were missing that. Yeah. And so one summer, me and my dad didn't do anything. And he said, we didn't do anything for our kids this summer. And I was like, well, this and that. It was hard. And he was like, we need to get with Fred. This is my dad. No, this is my dad. We just talking at his house one day. We need to get with Fred and Fitz, and because we need to combine forces and take all of our kids and go play in the summer.
So it was your dad's idea?
Yeah.
Wow.
This came from my dad, and the people he wanted me to work with came directly from him. So the people who are on the board now, Fred and Fitz and Dave, and that was his idea.
Right.
From the very beginning. And I said, okay, I'll bring it to them. Because my dad, he wasn't, he didn't know how to talk to people all the time. So in case they bristled at it. Now, Dave was in, because Dave would come with us. He would be with us, picking up the kids in Bunnell all the time. But Fred and Fitz were in from the very beginning.
Yeah.
They were in from the very beginning. And
so did he oh no, you presented the idea.
I presented the idea, and Fred and Fitz were, I actually came to them because that summer Anthony played for them.
Okay.
They went to some tournaments and Anthony played for them. So after a practice, I said, hey, man, I was talking to my dad, and he had this idea. And they jumped at it, right? Like they were all in. Unfortunately, my dad passed away before the first ever tryouts even.
Yeah.
So he never got to see a game of Flagler United, but it was his idea that we kind of brought to life.
Right. That's inspiring, truly.
Yeah, and we started out small, right? And going to the tournaments.
I think I got there second season, maybe third season that you were doing it is when I remember it was halftime in the game. I forgot. I don't know if we were playing you or if we were playing somebody, but I remember you told me, you said, where are your parents at? And I was like, I don't know. And at that time I was like, it was Coach Johnny. And we had that dispute that the first impressions of you. Do you remember? Remember the first impressions?
A lot of people's first impressions of me are that I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she's graduated, long gone now, working, gave me a big hug, and she said, I used to be scared of you. And I was like, why? She's like, I used to see your practices. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, no, man. If you really played for me, you'd know how much I joke around and how much fun I have. But what your first impression?
Yeah, my first impression was it was a game where we played you guys, and you guys were just wiping away every single team. You had young Anthony on that team, young Nashon. I think you had Cy on that team, maybe.
Nah, he came
late. Cy was Renaissance. Sorry.
Yeah, he came late.
Cy was Renaissance. But you guys had a great team for that age group, and then you guys were up by a bunch, and I think it was like 2 minutes left. You guys just started holding the ball, and obviously my coach Mandy had a problem with that.
Yeah, she didn't. She did not. That is so crazy. I remember that to this day.
So there was a big dispute while we were walking out of the gym.
It was her first season. She did not understand why I was holding the ball.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask her now, she'd understand it.
Right.
But at the time, she could not understand.
So immediately, Coach Manny's on the sidelines over there, and she's all yelling,
and she's
stuff.
like yelling
and
at me.
Naturally, as a player, you're gonna get mad too because she's getting mad.
Like,
so now you're gonna get mad at you.
Just to tell the audience, like, we're great friends now, me and her.
Oh,
but she was. I'm like, what is she mad about? I could not understand it. I'm like, and I told her too. I think I said to her, like, when you get more experience, you will understand why.
Yeah. I remember going home in that game. My mom and dad were like, "Oh man, Coach Johnny and like, oh man, like, why did he do that?" And after that, I remember it was my dad and it was Victor.
Yeah.
And they were like cursing at each other or something. I was like, holy cow.
Over silliness. I'm like, dude, we're gonna hold the ball.
Right.
Like, so if we're up 20, you want me to go up 30?
Yeah.
Or give you a chance to win? So she damn sure understands.
Right.
That.
So that was my first impression. And after that, season goes on. I think it was the next season after that. That's when Nate Perry was on our team at that point. Yeah. We had a solid squad, but they just kept using me. They kept using me on the block and just going up with the layup. I might get into it right after I say this, but I remember I was one of the highest scoring people in the league that year. Yeah. And after that, you just came up to me and you said, "Where are your parents at?" And I was like, why is this guy want to go see my parents? And after that, so you saw my parents, and after the game, my mom was like, "Oh, they wanted you to try out for a AAU team, Flag United." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to that." So, anyways, from the point where I think the biggest halt in my development, and not to get just be me, but
it's your podcast. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is in the end of the day. So I am gonna rant about me actually. So I think the biggest halt to my development was just I grew too much at when I was in 6th grade, 7th grade. That's when I started becoming 5'9", 5'10", and I was taller than everybody. I was taller than Anthony. I was taller than everybody. I was one of the tallest players so they just said, "Hey, just sit on the block, and after that, we'll just give it. You could just get rebounds and then just put it up." And that's what I lived off of for right till 8th grade. And after that, it worked until I got to 9th grade. And after that, I see them boys out there, and I say, "What?" I'm like, these guys are as tall as me. They can dribble as good as me. They can shoot way better than me.
And so here's the thing about that, right? And people often down the rec league, the rec league, I love it. It's where I got my start. I would not be sitting here talking to you without it.
Right.
There's no Flag United. There's no FPC. There's nothing. There's no Coach Johnny without the rec league. However, most of the people in the rec league volunteers.
Right.
They don't all know
basketball
like to that level.
And when they got there, at first they just got, it was kind of like you. They just got thrown into the fire. Coach Manny, Coach Will, they just got thrown into the fire. So
to ask her to have foresight. See, that's the thing that I have. And I think that's one of my strengths as a coach. I will tell you, hey, you're not going to be a 5'10" center.
Right. And that was my biggest. You guys tried it with me on JV, and after that, you guys were like,
but you were good.
Come on, man. Stop gassing it up.
We played West Side one. I disagree with some of your take. I think some of the halts in your development came from lack of confidence. I think at times that you didn't think you could do what I thought you could do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think you need to be a wizard handling the ball to be successful as a guard, but you might have. Right? And so, and to get back to that point, like, to ask Mandy, your coaches at the time, to have the foresight and be like, "Oh, this guy is gonna have to be a guard in high school. We got to teach him how to dribble."
Yeah.
When you were at rec league practices, when you only have 1 hour in a gym, it's half the gym,
and the rest is on me.
You got to go outside, right?
Yeah.
So they may not have understood at that time what the potential could be if we did these drills. Like I said, I've been around basketball my whole life.
Right.
I know that. Like every practice I have, I do dribbling drills.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I remember first day.
Right.
Got in that piece. Me and Devin were 8th grade. We carpooled together. My mom took us here. Got here. Alex was over there. Carl was over there. And after that, they said, "All right, get on the line. We're going to start dribbling." I started dribbling, and they started doing them dribbling drills. I was like, "Oh, God."
Yeah.
I was like, this is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, if you just take 10 minutes a day and work on your dribbling, in 4 months, you'll be a better dribbler.
Right.
10 minutes a day is all it takes. And so, yeah, I mean, I can understand. That's why I always like people to come play Flagler United. I like people
Because you want to be that player developer
yeah,
for them, yeah.
and there, and there's other places you can get some of the same things, right?
Right.
In other counties, and so yeah, I can get why you would say that though. But
Yeah.
that's a hard job for a rec league coach, though.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're. I mean, at the rate I was scoring
A lot.
half my team's points, and
Right.
You can't.
The
You can't
only
just
guy-
say-
the
you can't
only-
ju- if it's working, you got to.
The only guy who was stopping you was Dylan. It was like 6'5" at the time.
Yeah. Oh man, I had a bit.
Yeah.
It was a one-sided rivalry, me and Dylan. Because Dylan would just sit here and be like, he was just a big friendly giant.
I
That's
taught
all
him
he
how to
was.
wall up.
Yeah.
At an early age.
Yeah.
So he knew how to wall
Right.
up.
I used to get so mad at him. He used to go to the free throw line. I said, you can't make free throws. And after he would shoot the free throws, miss them. I'm like, you can't make free throws. That's the only guy I would talk trash to because he's the only guy that could have stopped me at that point, at that time. and now we're sitting here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now
he's in the band.
Yeah. Good band player.
Love that
too.
kid.
What? I
Man.
think he plays trombone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love that kid.
Yeah, he was a very nice guy. So I have two questions left here, and they're both fun questions, just to kind of get to know your personality a little bit better.
All right.
And so I heard somewhere, and I think you've told me before.
Oh boy,
I think you've told me before, and you can explain it to the podcast. I heard that you like watching women's games better than men's games. Is that true? ? Is that true? Because I remember you were telling me, hey, I like watching the women's college basketball games a lot.
I wouldn't say I like women's games more than men's. No, but I would say watching a good women's basketball game with two good women's teams is better than
Watching
most NBA games to me.
That makes sense. I see that.
Because women are, I don't want to say that, because there's certain players, they're not dunking like LeBron and all that kind of stuff. They play a more fundamentally sound game.
Right.
And that is beautiful to watch. It's cutting, it's screening, it's landing on 2 feet.
So I know you were watching all the Caitlin Clark games when she was at
Caitlin Clark is all right.
Really?
He's all right.
Who's the best college basketball player where you were like, man, I wish I could have, like, she is awesome.
Ooh.
Best women's college basketball player that you
probably
know of.
In my time. See, I'm old, man, so I'm gonna say like Cheryl Miller.
Okay.
Cheryl Swoops was really good.
I know about Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
I go back to those times.
Maybe recently.
But even recently, Sue Bird,
Taurasi
was good. Candace Parker was good. People forget about this person, Shamiqua Holtzclaw. She went to Tennessee, very good. There's been a lot of good women's players. Maya Moore, was really good.
So it's not necessarily. So do you think that college basketball is? And I agree with this too. I think college basketball is definitely the best brand of basketball that you're gonna get.
It's my favorite, but I often don't know if it's because I've romanticized it a little bit. Because like I said, my cousin went to the University of North Carolina.
Right.
I got to go to the Dean Dome. I got to meet Dean Smith. I got to go watch. Back at that time, like, they would be a number 1 or 2 seed every year.
Yeah.
They would play in the East Regional every year, and they would play at a place called the Meadowlands, which is not far from New York. So I've seen each regional game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I love college basketball because it just has a special place in my heart,
or if it's just a great game being
played.
But
I don't. I was just telling my wife the other day, I can't watch the NBA.
It's hard to. I mean, you can even look at what took place yesterday as far as BAM's 83. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna.
That's something that's crazy.
I'm not gonna knock that, man. Like,
that's a crazy moment.
Go get your 83. But what I am gonna knock.
It's a show.
Oh, it's not a travel. This is a gather step.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah. I'm gonna knock you taking a 3 when you can just easily drive to the basket and get a layup.
Right. And I remember watching a video one time, and they were talking about, are NBA players more talented now than they were 30 years ago? And when you start to look at it, it's not that they were more talented, because Michael Jordan is just as talented as anybody else could be in today's game, but it's how fluctuating these refs can be over certain calls.
It depends on what you view as talent.
Yeah. What you perceive as, yeah.
So if someone can jump out of the gym, is that talent? or is that athleticism?
That's just athleticism.
Right? Is that skill? I don't think today's players are more skilled.
Wow.
I don't.
You heard that from Coach Johnny on the fifth quarter podcast.
I think they're way more athletic.
Okay.
Right? And because of their athleticism, they don't have to be as skilled.
Right. So you think today's players are more gifted physically, but they're not all there skillfully.
Right.
Meaning that. So when you look at a guy like, but what happens when you see a guy like Nikola Jokic though?
That's the thing. Like there are always going to be players that can play in any era.
Right.
Like LeBron could play in any era.
Right.
Right. Like Jokic can play in any era.
Yeah.
But like people
when you look at Shea can't really play in the 80s. I don't know. I think Shea's the best basketball player in the world right now, but I don't think he can play in any era.
Nikola Jokic is the best basketball player in the world right now.
I had that same take.
And I slept on him.
I had that same take just a couple weeks ago when I saw that clutch shot that he hit yesterday, and when he's been starting to become more clutch, and he's averaging 30 right now.
But the thing I say about Jokic is like, if he had to guard Ewing and Robinson and Olajuwon,
he would struggle.
He might struggle.
Right.
Right. Like so, but he would be one of the best centers still.
Right.
Right.
Offensively, if he was playing 90 center, he would probably be. If he was a 90 center, he would probably be the most offensively gifted for that time.
Yes, still.
Right.
No matter what, right? So there are players like that, and then you have players who wouldn't have played in in the 90s.
Curry.
Nah, Curry could have played in the 90s because Isaiah Thomas played in the 90s.
So I think in my opinion, I think if Curry played in the 90s, I think that he would have taken a less volume threes.
So
but NBA players wouldn't have even looked at him.
You got to see.
That's also the thing.
But here's what you got to take into account, right? I always say, like, everyone, who's the best player ever? There is no best player ever.
It's just certain eras.
Right. And here's the reason why, right? You have different rules. That's number one, right? A foul today is not the same as a foul in the 1970s, 80s, 60s, right? Also, LeBron would be Karl Malone. They would not have let him dribble the ball.
So what if I said this, though? And I just said that Jordan could be really talented, but I think that if Jordan played in today's era, he would kind of be like DeMar DeRozan.
Nah, Jordan would be Jordan, and he would. So that's the thing, and I know a lot of new fans of the new era get mad.
Yeah,
defensive rules have been relaxed.
That makes sense.
So if Jordan could average 28 when he could go down the lane and you could pretty much tackle him.
Yeah.
What could he do today when you can't touch him?
Right. He would probably go to the line 43 times,
and that's the thing. And so people try to use that as the reverse argument and say, well, LeBron flops all the time. No. See, like you said, Curry would not be Curry in the 90s.
He would mold into a 90s player.
He would be Isaiah Thomas. Right. He would be somebody.
Jordan would be Jordan, but he would also mold into a more three-point shooting if he was playing in this era.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
You can't say maybe. You can't say that Curry would mold into a 90s player, but Jordan wouldn't mold into a 2020s player.
How many threes like Jalen Brunson?
How many threes?
Like Jalen Brunson, you wouldn't consider him a volume 3-point shooter, would you?
No, I think he's really good at driving and getting paint touches.
Getting to his spot.
Right.
That's Jordan.
Yeah.
You see
no, you're right about that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's Michael Jordan, right? So there are players, like LeBron would still be good in the 90s. He would play differently.
Right.
Jokic would still be good in the 90s. He would play differently, right? And that's what I think, and people don't understand it. They're like, oh, he couldn't have played in the 90s. Get out of here. Ewing would have went to the three-point line to guard Jokic? No.
No, Jokic could have definitely played in the 90s.
The only time I really get mad is when people say, "Oh, Draymond Green could have guarded Shaq." No, you did not see Shaq then.
No. I don't like Draymond Green. I'm not a Draymond Green.
No,
guy.
I mean, he's
whatever.
He's lucky. He's like,
4 rings.
Yeah,
but he got it off of. So mold. This kind of gets into the last question here. So. We'll do 2 different types. So top 5 basketball players all time, and your top 5 favorite basketball players of all time. So who do you think is your top 5 of all time? I know you just were talking about GOATs and stuff like that, eras, but top 5 basketball players of all time. If you had to make a list, what would that be? Unbiased.
Unbiased. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson.
Wow, Magic Johnson at 3?
No. I mean, I'm not. You want them in order?
Oh yeah, I'm saying Michael Jordan.
You
list.
So do you want my preference? Because you said
preference is after.
All right,
so unbiased list here.
Unbiased list.
Yeah.
Okay, unbiased list. I'll go Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and
Hey, coach, you realize you're putting LeBron at 4, right?
Yes, I do realize that.
Wow.
And I would probably go, fifth person.
Who'd you say? You said
I got Mike, Jordan, Magic, Kobe
ahead of LeBron. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, LeBron, and then that fifth is so hard because there's so many people I could put there.
You think you would go Shaq?
No, I would go if I was thinking of you're in my head. I was thinking of big man, but I would go Olajuwon.
Oh, Olajuwon! Wow,
that would be my fifth.
Wow. So what really influences you to make the unbiased LeBron at 4 pick? Which I'm not a LeBron guy, but I understand his his greatness itself. What gives you the LeBron at 4 spot for me, for you? Sorry.
I just don't think he does a lot of good things. He does a lot of things well.
I think he's one of the. I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. I think he's one of the greatest passers of all time.
He's not better than Magic though.
Wow, Magic was a great passer.
That's the thing. He's not a better passer than Magic. Like I've seen them, in my opinion.
So
I can't.
Do you think Magic's the greatest passer of all time over Stockton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
I'm fine with that.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Jordan, from what I've seen, right? Because I can't name people from the 50s, right? I can't go Big O. I never watched him play, right?
Yeah.
So for me, Jordan was the best scorer I ever saw. Magic Johnson was the best passer I ever saw, and he could play all 5 positions, and he started at center in Game 7 of a final.
Yeah.
Right? To me, Kobe was the closest thing I saw to Michael. But he made it that way. He patterned his game after Michael and did it. Right? And then comes LeBron, who's just like this freak of nature who the highest compliment I can give him, and we'll get into it after the last question. I think he's more Magic Johnson than Kobe or Michael Jordan.
I like that take. I actually like that. I haven't heard that.
I've always said that, right? So that's the highest compliment I can give him. So I put him at 4 because I think he is a dominating force.
Yeah.
That benefited from medical advancements to play this many years to become the top scorer. He's so dominant.
So you're trying to say right here, right now, if Jordan had the medical advancements, if Jordan was able to play in this era, you think he would be able to play 20 years just because medically, doctors now. Yeah. Well, also, you got to take into account that I mean, yes, LeBron has played 20 plus years, but load management comes into play.
And that's the part people forget when they're comparing eras. Like imagine Michael Jordan had a sports scientist and a nutritionist and all these things.
Now I'm sure he ate healthy. I'm sure he did.
Same thing for Shaq though. Like imagine Shaq had a nutritionist and all these doctors, and you can come back from Achilles in 10 months, and you know what I mean.
That was crazy.
But look at it. Like they didn't. So I think LeBron is obviously, I don't want to say he's a stat compiler because he's not. He was able to be disciplined enough to take advantage of these things and stay healthy, not get into any controversy, no major injuries, right? And he was able to be the leading scorer.
Yeah.
But does that mean that he's the best scorer I've ever seen? No.
Wow.
Not to me, just no.
So, I can also agree with on that point. So LeBron James has the most points in NBA history, right? Mm-hmm. But when you look at the volume that Jordan was scoring at, he was, how many 50-point games does he have? He has quite a bit. He has more than 10 fingers, right? For sure. He has more 30-point games than, I think he has over 100.
He was the best. He was the best scorer.
He was. I can agree on your point that he's the best. When I look at overall game, though, for me, I really like LeBron. As far as that, and I'm a LeBron. I'm not a LeBron guy.
I understand that though because you weren't alive,
right?
When
yeah.
You know, like how can I expect you to sit here?
It's all perspective at the end of the day.
You never saw the man play all the time. Like
all I've looked at is his highlights, maybe a few full games on YouTube.
Right, like I can't get mad at somebody who's like LeBron's the best I've ever seen. Because that might be true.
It is the best you've ever seen.
He's fourth the whole time on my list, and I'm going to be 50 years old.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand that. But I saw Michael Jordan get beat up against my Knicks all the time and put 40 on us.
Right.
Hit game-winning shots.
Yeah.
Like, what I've seen, you know. Hold on a second. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, like, you know. So, you know, what I've seen, I got to take that into account. Now, my favorites are different.
Okay, yeah. So you just run through your unbiased list real quick. So you had Mike at 1, Magic at 2, Kobe at 3, LeBron at 4, and then 5 was who'd you want to put at 5?
At 5,
Hakeem.
Yeah,
Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay.
Now, biased
list here. Top 5 biased list.
My favorite player and the best player I've ever seen is Magic Johnson.
Okay.
That's my guy.
So you're a Magic Johnson guy.
That is my guy.
Yeah.
He made the right play all the time. Okay. And then the second best player, well, I didn't put on the list, but I love the Larry Bird.
You love the Larry Bird.
Every time Larry Bird shot the ball.
So you're picking the boys from the 70s there.
I mean, they graduated in 70s.
Came into the 80s. Okay.
This is ageism.
Yeah.
So, you know, Larry Bird. Then I would go Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
He's a lot better than so much.
Were you a Bad Boys Pistons fan?
No, I'm a Knicks fan.
I'm just saying, were you a fan of that Bad Boys?
No, I'm a Knicks fan.
So you didn't like him at all. You just realized like, hey, like
I wouldn't say that because I like excellence. So I've always liked Isaiah Thomas. So those would be 3. The number 4, I'm trying to say, who did I enjoy?
You really like your guards, don't you? You like your guards.
Yeah. You know, people don't realize it. My dad used to always, when we played pickup as I got older and fatter, right? He would tell, when they would guard me, they would give me room to shoot. And he would say,
yeah,
he looks like a post. He's a guard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like my guards. You know, the 4th best player I've ever seen, biased. Ooh, boy. I've seen so many good players in the NBA. I probably would still put Olajuwon at 4.
Olajuwon at 4, okay.
And then biased, because I'm super biased and I'm from New York, I would go Ewing at 5.
Ewing at 5.
I think he's the most underappreciated
center of
big man of our time.
How many rings does he have?
0.
He never won one.
Never won a ring.
Who's the best player to never win a ring, in your opinion?
To never win a ring.
AI's got to be in there. Vince Carter's got to be in there. I think the best player to never win a ring is AI. But the
best player to never win a ring.
Vince Carter's got to be up there. T-Mac. You got a lot of players in there.
There's a lot of players in there.
We'll end it off on this one.
The best player that never won a ring. That's so difficult.
Melo.
Nah, I would not say Melo. For sure. I would not say Melo.
Man, did you like the Melo era at all? When he was in New York?
I like Melo. I never liked the trade because they gave up too much. And then he came and Melo's the type of player that you need people around him. He needs people around him to be successful.
Yeah.
And they traded all the people he needed to be successful.
Yeah, right.
Best player to never win a ring. Man, I've never thought about this.
You never thought about this?
I never thought about it.
Wow.
I would probably
like this
I don't know if I would have one, but you know, Iverson's Brady,
gotta be up there.
Barkley.
My dad would say Barkley.
Yeah.
My dad is a big Barkley guy.
You know Barkley is 6'3", right?
Really?
People don't realize that. He's not He might be 6'5". He's not. He's short. Like if you ever see,
Did he shrink because of his age?
no,
Oh.
he was playing power forward.
Wow, at 6'5". So he was like,
yes.
It's kind of like PJ Tucker. Modern PJ Tucker, just way better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, those are off the top of my head. But yeah, that's a decent question right there. Because
I'm really making you think about
because
this
there's
one.
a lot of people don't realize.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of great players that haven't won rings.
Like the NBA's been around now, what, 76, 77 years? Like the Lakers and the Celtics have like 40 something of those championships.
Right. Yeah.
And then the Bulls have 6.
Right.
Right. Like
Warriors have 5.
There's so many people who haven't won a lot.
Right.
So that probably would be my list off the top of my head.
And then, do you have an idea for who you would pick for best player to not win a ring?
Best player to
I'm taking AI with mine. I think Allen Iverson was just ahead of his time as far as ball handling goes. He would have fit.
I'll take Allen Iverson. Yes, because I think he means a lot to the culture of basketball. So I'll take him. But Steve Nash never got a ring.
Oh, I forgot about Steve Nash.
Like that's what I'm saying.
No, I forgot about Steve.
That's what I'm saying.
So I forgot about Stockton and Malone too. They
never won a ring.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Like there's so many people. Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. The Heat. Sorry, Gary.
Sorry, Gary. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of people who never won a ring.
Oh man, I forgot that Stockton Malone never won a ring.
No.
I forgot about that. Wow.
Nope.
I completely forgot about that. Man.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it from Coach Johnny. You heard a lot from Coach Johnny today. Apparently, LeBron is the 4th best player of all time. Unbiased list here. So
that's my opinion.
That's his opinion.
You can have him number 1 if you've
really taken it in, watched him.
Yeah, you can have him number 1. I don't. Basketball is those lists are subjective.
Oh yeah.
Right, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
You're
right?
never gonna have a perfect list.
Like it's like your girlfriend. You think she's the most beautiful girl in the world. Somebody else might not like her, but you love her.
Right.
That's those lists. That's those lists to me. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, man. It was an honor to be asked.
We got just clocked in over an hour and 2 minutes. Just phenomenal interview.
Shooting the breeze.
They're in and they're out, and that's all. 5th quarter's out.